Hi everyone, welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. First off, hope you all had a nice Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, obviously, hope you have a nice time with your family. And we are back. I had a couple of days off from recording anything or playing any games and spending it with the family for the dreaded Christmas time, good and bad. That happens when you spend too much time with the family, too close together in a close quarter together. But anyway, we are back again with recording, and obviously noticed that there have been two updates to Empyrion Galactic Survival. One smaller one, which is the 5.0.1, and then we had the bigger one, the 5.0, and I believe it was released on Wednesday the 23rd, and that's a big milestone release. That's the solar system. As you've known, if you've seen the last updates or seen some of my videos on Empyrion Galactic Survival, they had always this big milestone of solar system with warp systems, and that the planets are basically a bit further away and so forth, and they have brought it out just before Christmas. So here we are. I'm in the saved game, the survival game. I had already a little bit of a play around, and there are a couple of updates, not just the solar system. So let me just start with the quick easy ones, I guess. So they have reskinned some of the items, as you can see already. Probably the fridge has been reskinned, the O2 generator or station has been reskinned. So there's several items that they've reskinned within the game. Let me just have a quick look what else they've reskinned here, because I've seen it previously. So the constructor has been well, actually hasn't been reskinned, it's still the same, but it looks reskinned here. So I'm not sure, but definitely the small constructor has been reskinned, and I believe the other constructors have been reskinned as well. I'm not sure why, if it has been reskinned, why I still have the old one. I need to check that. But the oxygen station, obviously, which I just mentioned, the fridges have been reskinned, and there's also one new item which you can see just now. It's several new items. The warp drive. Now, okay, so let me get into the warp drive now and then continue with the stuff that is relevant to different games that I have currently going with the capital ship build and so forth. The warp drive. So with the warp drive now, you actually have, so the planets are actually set apart further away. So now, for example, they class it as an AU. An AU is a distance sun to Earth, which one AU is 150 million kilometers of distance between the planets, asteroid fields, and POIs, wherever they might be. That means you can't just simply go with your normal thrusters anymore to travel to another planet. You actually need to use a warp drive to get to these other planets, however far away they are. So you can build the warp drive. You have to be level 15, I believe, to be. Let's have a look. Warp drive. Yep, you have to be. You have to be level 10 to be able to build the warp drive. So I've already built one. The reason I built one already is because I was trying to be cheeky and trying to get my capital vessel out of my creative mode and put it into this game here, just to show you guys what it will work like, what it will look like, and so forth. And then I remembered, oh, actually, my capital vessel is not even finished yet. I haven't even got any thrusters on there at all. Now, to obviously move the ship a little bit, you need the thrusters. So I need to work on the capital series now, build some temporary thrusters, build them in, and then use the warp drive. So I will do that in a different episode. I will not do this in this episode. This is purely just a update episode on what they have brought out. As I've mentioned to you previously, when there are big updates, milestone updates, I will make a video about it to basically incorporate all the changes which are relevant for me. Obviously, if you have other things that are relevant for you, please do check their website where they give you all the details. But relevant for me are some of the items, and definitely is the warp drive. So the solar system, I've been waiting a long time for Empyrion to bring it out, and they finally have. So I will spend my day probably today just concentrating on that and trying to get it to work in one of the saved games that I have. So the warp drive it's very nice. It's very good to see that they have the solar system in now. Obviously it is alpha, so there will be bugs, there will be problems that will occur, so be aware of that. It won't be a sort of an update and then it all will work fine. So we all need to always be still clear it's alpha that we're playing in. But also, which is quite nice, which I really like, is that you can actually land your capital vessels now on planets. I really like that, because previously you were only able to leave capital ships or vessels in the universe or in space. You were not able to actually land it anywhere. Now they made it actually possible that you can land it. Now obviously there are restrictions, certain restrictions to it. Obviously, you can't use your guns, for example, on the planet side on the capital vessel, which is clear because they are overpowered at this point. And you have now also got docking stations. That means you will have docking stations for your ships and for your hovercraft. So for your small capital vessels, for your small vessels and your hovercrafts, you can actually dock them now in the capital vessel. And this is one here, the docking pad. The docking pad you can create, and it will work together with the docking feet, I guess they are called. Let me just have a quick look. Or landing gear, apologies, not feet. The landing gear. It will work together with the landing gear. Now, the docking pad, I've tried already. Unfortunately, I didn't read the info on the right hand side. You can only place those docking pads in a capital vessel. Now obviously in my capital build ship, that's something that I will straight away concentrate on. I'll put it in there and see how it works, because I already have a ship there, so I can just test it and see what it works like. It's a bit I would have liked if they would have also added those docking pads, apologies, to that you can build them anywhere, so that you can build them into hangars and you can build them into wherever you want, basically. Because I've built hangars for my hovercraft, for my SV and so forth, so it would really be nice to have that docking pad also be able to be placed in hangars and not just in capital vessels in that instance. So hopefully if the devs are watching on this, please do have a look at it, because I think it's relevant, because I think a lot of people do build their bases and they build them with hangars for their small vessels and for their hovercraft. So having this docking pad also being able to be built into a hangar, it would be absolutely perfect. I did build some landing gear for the hovercraft that I do have in this game here, and I've added that as well, so that it stops destroying the blocks every time I land on it. Because I've built underwater, obviously I can't do a real soft landing because I have to actually switch off the hovercraft to be able to go down under the water, and then it sort of crashes always down rather than softly going down. So hopefully this landing gear now will prevent it from damaging the blocks on the hovercraft and underneath where I'm landing on. So yeah, so the big update again is obviously the solar system, so I will definitely work on that, and hopefully maybe I can get a video out on that today as well, to show you how the warp drive works and what it looks like and so forth, going to different planets. But keep tuned to the channel, and you will see if I able to do that today in some kind of cheeky way. I don't really want to bring the capital ship in some shape or form into this survivor game here, because really this was a new start and I really wanted to continue basically surviving. And especially for new players, I think it would be a bit, I don't know, it wouldn't be very nice for me to obviously turn up with the capital ship I've built in a different episode to just bring it here now. It doesn't flow properly. So probably what I will do, I will have it all in the capital ship build update. I probably will be sitting in there. So have a look out for there. So yeah, so those are some of the updates they have brought in: the reskin, the warp, the new solar system with the further distance galaxies, the docking pad, the landing gear for the hovercraft, that you can actually get the capital ship now onto planets or land it on planets. What that would look like will be interesting, because most of the capital ships, and I think most people in this whole community, build capital ships quite large. So where you're going to land it on the likes of a Kur, for example, it's going to be very interesting. You need to find a very big flat space where you can be able to land it without hitting into a mountain or anything else. So what else did they update? So they have new alien planets. On those alien planets, they also have some new creatures. So there is a new desert planet and a new lava planet. Now I'm not sure about the lava planet because I thought we had something similar already, but we will see. I will discover that and have a look for it, definitely. And also, all around the planets, they actually built asteroid fields. Unfortunately, I can't show you this in this video here because I obviously haven't got an SV here to get out or get away from this planet. But I will show you in a different video again all the different updates they have brought in, those tiny ones, which will obviously have some changes or effects to the game. But they do have 2 new planets on there. I don't think they mentioned the names of the planets in the update. If so, please do let me know. So, main features, for example, I'm just reading literally off the website now. So the solar system and warp jumping. The new solar system consists of 8 planets, 2 moons, and 3 POIs, new POIs. They're all throughout the sectors. You can jump with the capital vessel from with warp drive from planet to planet. So that's really good. They have 2 new alien bugs and 3 golems, armored, swamp, and ice. So that will be very interesting to meet. And they have the asteroid fields that are around the all the planets, which is good. Hopefully on those asteroid fields we can also do some resource drilling. Hopefully that is also included in there. So this was literally just a quick update. If you can also see that if we go into here, actually in here, where was it? Where it looked really good. So you can see the radar or compass on the top right hand corner is also updated. So that has been updated, which now shows the actual directions, which is quite nice. And also, let me just show you in the hovercraft, they have changed the font, as you can see, which I think now looks a lot nicer and a lot clearer for some reason. I'm not sure, I can't remember exactly which font they used before, but I feel this font is a lot better. Now this is in preparation for several languages, different languages that they will probably translate into. So that is good to know that they have worked on it as well. Because there's probably a lot of players out there from other countries, other languages, which probably prefer having translation rather than having it all in English. So yeah, those are the main updates that are important for me. So let's just drive through them again. For me, important, number 1 is the solar system. So I'm going to spend my day probably playing around with that today. Hopefully get some recordings done with it as well, so I can show you how it works and what it looks like. Number 2 is that you can get the capital vessel actually now landed on planet site, and that you have all the docking gears and so forth. Again, I hope they build it for the for hangars as well, not just capital ships. And that I think then they have a lot of change and improvements. Again, do go to their website, Empyrion Online, and they have it all there with all the changes, all the improvements, all the fixes. It's quite a big update. So again, like I said, when there is a big update, I do report on it, or I do put a video out on it. But there are a lot of little changes that they made. So for example, stamina is now also slowly regained while walking, because it was, I think it was going either very fast or not at all while you're walking. I think it was very, very slow. Then the new models for the fridge, obviously the oxygen station. The drones actually now have better weapons, which will be interesting to see. And there are a lot more POIs now, which were contributed and built by another member of the community. Thank you very much for that. And also the survival generator has a new reskin. So there's a lot of little tweaks that they've done, which really do look nice. And I'm looking forward to playing this now. So for the update 5.0, I'm very happy they have reached a milestone, and just in the right period, in holiday times, and the new planets that they brought out. So hopefully in the next couple of videos that are coming out, I'm able to incorporate those. But I think first things first, now I'm going to look at the capital ship build. I'm going to put some thrusters in, the warp drive and so forth. And yeah, see what this looks like, the warp drive. I'm not sure if I can show that in creative mode. Maybe I have to do a little bit of cheeky trick of moving the creative mode build into my survival game. But if I do that, I'll do that with another previous survival game that I've had started, just to show what it looks like. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you're happy with the new update that has come out, the 5.0. And you're playing it heavily over the holiday period. And if you have any comments, anything that I've missed, or any tips, tricks, do let me know. I know one of you guys in one of the previous videos has mentioned that my voice is very, very low, and I do apologize on that. I do have some issues with Windows 10 and my Snowball and USB connection. It doesn't recognize it properly. You can't increase the volume on it, so I need to use OBS really, where I can increase the volume a lot louder, which is obviously better for you guys, so you don't have to turn up the volume, crank it up all the way to the top on your side. But in OBS I have the problem that it does stutter sometimes, which I don't have with Shadowplay when I run fast and so forth, which is a bit annoying, because I don't think it makes it as a very good video if it keeps stuttering or lagging every 1 second. It lags on the recording, but it doesn't actually lag in the game. So it's obviously something in the settings I might have to change in OBS. Even so, I've been tweaking it for months now, and it still does that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I shall see you for the next video, and hopefully I can show you in the next video how the warp drive works and what the universe looks like now. Okay, happy looking and watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.